bottom half of the second inning we go here at Durham Park. The Yarmouth-Denis Red Sox out to a 1-0 lead over the host Bourne Braves, and it's 4, 5, and 6 due up for Harvey Shapiro's Braves. Reed Humphreys, who had a nice night last night, will lead things off, followed by Mike Garzillo and Rob Paller, all against the left-hander Ricky Thomas, who worked a 1-2-3 first inning for the Red Sox. Thomas into his motion, first pitch fastball raked right back up the middle on the ground, and a base hit for Humphreys. Reed Humphreys saw the ball well last night, Chris, and he's rewarded with a base hit tonight on the first pitch he sees.
There's been a common theme. All his base hits, it seems like he's either going back through the middle or he's staying on it and going to the opposite field. So it's been a very good approach, and Humphreys has been able to bounce back from that season opener.
Just the fourth hit this season to lead off an inning for the Braves, and Mike Garzillo will stand in. Garzillo takes a first pitch fastball low.
I think we're getting to that point in the start of the season where guys are going to start to get comfortable and we're going to see higher scoring games moving forward, even though there is very good pitching.
Thomas from the stretch looks over at Humphreys at first, comes home, and the fastball sinks below the knees for ball 2.
Especially when you get into the back end of those rotations, which is rare because Smoyer is not a number 5 for Bourne.
2-0 the count. Thomas looking over at first base. Humphreys has extended his lead, and Thomas does fire over there. Ryan Noda slaps the tag, but not in time. Smoyer pitching as the 5th man in the Braves rotation, simply to give him a little extra rest after coming off his regional outing for Notre Dame. 2-0 now from Thomas to Garzillo. Fastball popped up, first base side, foul territory. We'll see if there's enough room for Noda, and he gives up on that one as it sails over the first base dugout where the Red Sox are residing tonight. Garzillo made his Bourne Braves debut last night after finishing up his junior campaign at Lehigh University. Went 0 for 4, left 6 runners on base, so he's surely chomping at the bit to get a base hit tonight. Humphreys with a big lead over at first. Noda holding him on. And just like that, Thomas will throw over yet again. I like the composure Thomas has on the mound right now for the Red Sox. Even though he just finished up his freshman season, he looks mature beyond his years right now. 2-1 two-seam fastball, and it tails away from Garzillo. A good job to lay off that pitch.
I think this is the time of year that Thomas will make his jump. If he pitches well this summer, then you become a guy that is a weekend starter, maybe even top of the rotation for the Bulldogs.
3-1, and that two-seamer hits the inside corner for a called strike. Garzillo buckled just a bit at the knees.
I like how he's been mixing and matching both sides of the plate. He's used a variety of pitches here in the early going.
Braves down 1-0 here in the bottom half of the second. Full count to Mike Garzillo. Thomas comes home with a fastball, and it misses low. So the Braves will have runners on first and second after the walk. Still nobody out. After that walk, Thomas draws a visit from the catcher, Nathan Rodriguez. He's out to have a chat. And Rob Paller will come to the plate for the Bourne Braves, still looking for his first hit this season. 0 for 12 through 4 games. Right fielder from Columbia. Just finished up time in the Coral Gables Regional. We talked about it, Chris, in a few earlier games, but Columbia, a program on the rise. Middle infield double play depth with nobody out. Here in the second, Paller shows bunt, pulls back and takes a curveball high above the strike zone for ball 1. Interesting we see Thomas go with that first pitch curveball because he's struggled to locate his breaking ball so far. His 4-seam fastball and 2-seam fastball both look solid. First baseman Noda creeping in at the cut of the grass, as is third baseman Wong. 1-0 the count. Paller drops this bunt down in front of the mound. Play for Thomas as he goes to third with it, and they get the runner. Cover over there from Connor Wong as Paller pushed the bunt right back to Ricky Thomas. And Reed Humphreys is thrown out on the fielder's choice.
Unfortunately, here in the early going of the season, small ball hasn't got going yet in terms of success rates. There's been a lot of times where guys haven't been able to get it down, or when they have, able to get the lead runner. But only 1 out, so still a great opportunity here for the Braves to try and get at least 1 on the board.
C.J. Chatham will come to the plate. And the second baseman, Tommy Edmond, will have a visit with Ricky Thomas just beyond the rubber on the infield grass. Perhaps talking about pickoff plays now that Mike Garzillo has reached second base. The Braves now 3 for 23 this season with runners in scoring position. A stat that has to improve if they want to win ball games. Thomas comes home with a curveball and it misses away for ball 1. After giving up a single to Reed Humphreys on the first pitch of this inning, Ricky Thomas has missed on 3 consecutive first pitches. The next 3 Braves hitters. Tough to succeed when you're falling behind as Garzillo takes his lead off second. 1-0 curveball, and this one fools C.J. Chatham. He was looking fastball and swung right through it. One nothing. The Red Sox lead the Braves here in the bottom of the second. Garzillo at second, Rob Paller at first, C.J. Chatham at the dish. Thomas comes set at the belt, throws a curveball home, high chopper left side of the infield, really tough play for Wong over at third, and he makes it. What a scoop from Connor Wong. He throws on to Ryan Noda at first in time to get C.J. Chatham.
Everyday shortstop for Houston. The kid has stupid range for a freshman. There is multiple times when we were down in Houston covering UConn baseball that he made plays up the middle that you thought no chance. That balls were destined for center field, and he's transferred it over to third base. Limited time over there here this summer, and a great play there in a short hop.
So now Babe Thomas will stand in with 2 out. First pitch curveball, and it gets away from Thomas. Nathan Rodriguez up out of his crouch to snag that ball. The Braves 0 for 12 this season with runners in scoring position and 2 out. So this situation has really been their kryptonite. Thomas from the windup now. His 2-seam fastball hits along the outside, black for a called strike.
It's one of those instances, once the first one falls, then you get a little bit of a snowball effect, you would think. See if Babe Thomas can get him off the schneid.
Garzillo at third, Paller at second, 2 out. 1-1 curveball. It hangs above the strike zone, and Thomas just isn't spotting that pitch right now.
And that's one thing Babe Thomas has to realize. You just sit dead red fastball. Make him locate that breaking ball.
Especially in a hitter's count. All Thomas matchup, Ricky on the mound, Babe at the plate. 2-1 on its way, fastball. It hits right down the middle for a called strike. It was a 2-seamer, but Babe Thomas probably didn't want to lay off that one. 2-2, 2 out. Garzillo off at third, Paller at second. The curveball, appeal down to first base on the check swing. P.J. McConville says that Thomas did not go around. And so we will see a full count pitch here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Home plate umpire Chuck Campbell gives Ricky Thomas the full count sign. So give Paller an opportunity to move off a second. The pitch hit high in the air, deep right field, tailing toward the line. Billingsley toward the corner, and it lands in foul territory just to the right of the chalk.
That's exactly what you tell your hitter in Thomas, or what he's thinking. Is you sit on that fastball, you get the breaking ball, and you adjust to it. You made an adjustment, put a good swing on it. Unfortunately, just continued to slice further and further out of play.
The Red Sox scored a run in the top half of the first inning. Braves scoreless in the bottom half, and Ryan Smoyer came back out and put up a bagel on the scoreboard in the top of the second, and now Bourne looking to scratch across its first run. Payoff pitch yet again. And Babe Thomas lays off and takes that one for ball 4. The 2-seam fastball didn't cut across the outside corner, and Babe Thomas draws the walk.
That's an at-bat that you put a star next to. That could really help this lineup moving forward. When you haven't hit well with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, you could get a little bit over-anxious, maybe swing at the first couple pitches. But Babe Thomas, he was really looking for a pitch. He never got it in the at-bat. Was able to spoil a couple pitches and then draw the walk.
Billy Walker stands in, had 2 hits in last night's ball game. He takes a first pitch fastball, lifts it high in the air, deep left field. Donadio retreating toward the warning track. Now he circles under it, and he makes the catch. So after leaving 11 runners on in last night's ball game, 10 runners on the night before, the Bourne Braves have already stranded 3 as they leave him loaded here in the bottom half of the second. Yarmouth-Denis 1, Bourne nothing. Stay tuned for the top half of the third inning coming your way next on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.